Hey guys, what's going on? This is Joshua from Spotted Euros, and behind me we have our 2009 Volkswagen Touareg Tdi. In this video, unfortunately, we are talking about all of the things that I hate about this Touareg. It's a list of 10. So we're gonna start at number 10 and we're gonna go to number 1. And guess what? Number 1 is a bad one. It is probably the one thing that really annoys me about this Touareg. So stay tuned till you hear number 1, because I think you'll agree. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna talk about 10 things that I hate about this Touareg. But before we get into the video, here's the thing. Do me a favor and hit subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Now, I did think maybe some of you are wondering, why 1,000 subscribers? Why do you care? At 1,000 subscribers, you actually have the ability to get monetized. Now, 1,000 subscribers probably won't mean that I'm making the big YouTube money. Honestly, I'm not sure that I'll make anything, but the thing is, it just sounds fun and cool to have a monetized channel. So 1,000 subscribers, and there's something to do with watch time. But anyway, 1,000 subscribers, and we'll be able to get monetized. So that would be awesome if you can hit subscribe. Okay, guys, number 10. Here we go, and it's this right here. It's rear leg room. Now, I am never sitting back here, as you can tell. I got 2 kids. But to get 2 car seats in here, I mean, look how much room my son has. Now, most of the time, I think the seat is a little bit farther forward, but there really isn't that much room here in the back. It is a smaller SUV, so it's kind of what you would expect, but this is it. Even sitting someone in between the 2 car seats is pretty tight. I don't think I could fit back there, but yeah, so there's not a ton of room in the back. Okay, number 9 is this right here. Tan carpets. Now, I know this is specific to my Touareg, but isn't that the title of the video? 10 things I hate about my Touareg. So this may not apply to you, but here's the thing. I do like the tan seats that are in my Touareg. I like the black on the tan. I do think it looks good. However, I wish they put in black carpet. Newer Volkswagens, a lot of the diesels, I've sold plenty of them. They actually come with tan seats, but they still have black carpet. So that's what's nice on the newer Volkswagens, because you can still have a tan seat and enjoy that, but the carpets will always be black. So that's number 9, tan carpet. Don't like it. I've cleaned it. I've made it look really nice before, but it doesn't take that long for it to look dirty. Number 8 is this right here, the stock tire and wheel size. If you ask me, the stock wheel and tire size looks pretty small on these Touaregs. Even if the tire size was just a little bit bigger, I mean, you just bump up one size on the sidewall, it would look a lot better. If you ask me, you'd fill in a lot of this this gap. Now, obviously, manufacturers do these for a number of reasons, but the stock tire and wheel size, these are 18s, and the tire size is 255, 55, 18. Now, I have had another Touareg in the past where I put some big, beefy tires on. Here's a picture of that. Now, obviously, from the factory, they're not going to be putting some big aggressive tires like that, but I do think just a little bit bigger might look just a little bit better. Again, number 7 is a little specific to my Touareg, but others who have this same setup probably know what I'm talking about. So, one of the things I do really like is this does have a backup camera. But we're not talking about things I like. We're talking about stuff I don't like. Now, here's the frustrating thing with the backup camera. It doesn't always turn on. So as you can see, I just put it in reverse and it's not working. Let's try it again. Not working. If we put it in park, reverse, not working. Now the funny thing is when this is, it always works and turns on when you first start the car. So we just start the car. Well, maybe not. Well, that's what I mean. It definitely is useful. However, it doesn't always turn on. That is something I hate about this Touareg. Okay, number 6, we're here in the front. Number 6 are these headlights. Not so much the look or anything else, but these headlights are not that great. Now, I don't know why, I don't know for whatever reason. As you can see, there's another Touareg sitting right here, but Touaregs always seem to have an issue with the headlights. They're not very bright. Now, I will say that this Touareg 2, the second generation Touareg, is the headlights are better than the first generation. These first generation Touaregs, good luck, because you really can't see anything with the headlights. So these are a little bit better. I've made videos about putting brighter bulbs in this. We have brighter fog lights. So I've done everything I can to make it bright. It is better, but it's still not that great. So headlights. That is something I hate about this Touareg. Okay, number 5, we're going back in the trunk. So number 5 is this right here, this spare tire. So this spare tire, as you can see, does not have any air in it. Now, I guess I need to be fair in that this probably saves quite a bit of room back here. However, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to have a air pump back here. Now, last time I was back here, I realized I don't think the air pump's here. So if I were to have a flat tire, I think I would actually be kind of in a tough spot. So this is something I'm not a huge fan of. I guess I'm a fan of the space, but I'm not a huge fan of not having a spare tire. I get it, I understand, but at the same time, it would be nice to maybe have a spare tire. I understand there's probably not room for it, but then again, I need to get an air pump, and that's something I hate about this Touareg. Okay, and we're gonna stay back here in the trunk for number 4. Number 4 is actually filling this up with AdBlue. Now, maybe some of this is my fault, but to fill the AdBlue tank up is actually here in the trunk, and as you can see, last time I filled it up, I got it everywhere. And this stuff is weird. After it evaporates is kind of when you see all this white stuff. But basically, but you have to take off the spare tire and fill up the AdBlue in the back. I wish they would have incorporated it into the gas door. But anyway, here on the Touareg, you got to fill it up in the back, and it's always a mess. It always gets everywhere. You can even see there's some even back here. Like I said, it's always a mess, and I don't like doing it. I don't like that it's in the trunk. I wish it was a little bit easier to get to. Okay, number 3, we're getting to the end. So this does remind me, we're getting kind of to the end of the video. We're getting to the end of the year. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so hit subscribe. So number 3, let's open this one. Number 3 is this right here, the headliner. So once again, this is a Touareg problem. A lot of the Touaregs that I have looked at, a lot of the Touaregs that I have owned have a headliner that's sagging. Now the funny thing is, it never affects me in the front seat because it always starts kind of behind the sunroof here. But as you can see, this is all loose. Now if you were to sit in the back, this actually pushes up. This actually is supposed to push up here in the back. So if you sit in the back, you kind of hit your head on it. Now, obviously, this is something that needs to get fixed. But the headliner definitely is annoying. And I've owned a couple of these. And most of the Touaregs I've owned, the headliner has problems, except for this one. This Touareg has a beautiful headliner, no problems. This whole Touareg is really nice, except for the engine. Okay, and number 2 and number 1 are right here in the front. So one of the things that they actually got rid of for the 2nd generation Touareg are the memory seats. Now maybe there is one more trim level that is above this. Maybe that trim level has the extra feature, but memory seats. So if we go over here to this V8, you can see this is an older model, but it has memory seats, 3 settings on both passenger and driver side. Typically that's not something I would think that I would care too much about, but my wife and I are always switching on this Touareg, and we got very used to having the memory seats. So now every time I have to come in here and adjust this, and finding the exact spot is always, you know, it's just that thing. So that is number 2, no memory seats in this. Now number 1 is the seat itself. Now I don't know why, but the seating position in this Touareg just doesn't feel right. Now it's funny because I can't quite put my finger on how this feels, and let me know if anyone else agrees with me, but this seat here, although I think it looks better and it holds up better than the V8, I don't think it's as comfortable. So here is the older edition Touareg. This is what the seat looks like now. So what I suspect is that I think the bottom of the seat is not as long. I think for whatever reason they shorten the bottom, and then also it doesn't angle as much. So if you look at this seat, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I always feel like if I get in this, I always feel the bottom of the seat, I feel like my legs are coming way off the end, and for whatever reason, I mean, you can adjust and tilt this. But like I said, for whatever reason, the seats in this, they just don't feel the same. So that is number 1. Number 2 and number 1 have to do with the seats, at least the driver's seat. So there it is, guys. That's it. That is the list of the 10 things that I hate about this Touareg. Now, to be honest, I kind of struggled coming up with 10. Now, originally I was going to do 5, and then I kind of found some additional things. But honestly, I love this Touareg. I've really enjoyed it. So stay tuned and hit subscribe, because the next video we're going to actually talk about the 10 things that I love about this Touareg. And guess what? That video, that list was a lot easier to put together than these 10 things that I hate. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment below about things that maybe you don't like about your Touareg, or maybe some things that I missed, or maybe you agree. Just let me know. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.